Hola, 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 it's me, Silvina. Today, I want to take you with me into something that's become such a big part of my creative life. Walking for inspiration. Walking to listen, walking to see, walking to notice the world again. There's a rhythm to it, almost like opening a door back into yourself. When I walk, what hits me first is sound. A waterfall in the distance, leaves cracking under my shoes, the river around the rocks, branches brushing each other, the wind blowing across my jacket or on my face, my own breathing catching up to me, sometimes even embarrassing me. All these sounds, they're all like a language. I think that this language, most of us stop speaking because life gets loud and we forget how to listen. But it's important that we don't allow this to happen, that we don't allow this beautiful language of nature to become extinct. But once you start tuning in again, it's like the world is talking. It's talking in signals and textures and rhythms. And honestly, if we don't practice it enough, this language that I'm saying, I think it could disappear. It could disappear from us, from our ability to hear it. It'll still be there, but if we don't practice, it'll be gone. Walking is my way of relearning it. Something that really changed my perspective came from Mel Robbins. She talks about noticing something specific, like heart shapes. This is in her book, The High Five Habit. And she says, the moment you decide to look for these little heart shapes, they start showing up everywhere. She says, it's your brain saying, oh, this is important. Okay, I get it. I'll filter to it. And so then you start seeing heart shapes everywhere. For me, this happened with the fall leaves. One day I was walking Polo and I saw this bright wet leaf stuck to the trail. It was something about it that made me stop. And then the next day I saw more. And now, well, I see fall leaves everywhere. I know. You see fall leaves everywhere too, but I see them with appreciation, with love, with curiosity. It's my instant mood filter, my personal little portal into beauty. And all of a sudden, they get multiplied. And only because I started looking. We miss so many details simply because we're not paying attention. It's like reopening a channel in the mind. When you head out with this mindset that says, what will I notice today? Well, the world becomes playful. I'll be walking and suddenly, that tree trunk looks like a twisted braid. Ooh, look at that puddle. Looks like glass. That shadow looks like a shape I could turn into a collage. Ooh. Stop, look, take a photo. Sometimes I pick something up, sometimes I don't. Walking becomes this beautiful, slow treasure hunt. Treasure to hunt for the things that change how you see. So you tell your mind, please show me beauty. And the mind goes, okay, here it is. My favorite thing is how inspiration hides in the tiniest blink and you miss it moments. These moments are so easy to skip, but they're powerful. Like when the sunlight hits one rock just right for a second. Or a leaf sticks to the boot and you don't notice until you take your next step. Or that exact moment the forest suddenly gets quiet. Still. These moments recalibrate your entire body. It feels like breathing out after holding your breath for too long. When people ask me where ideas come from, honestly, many come from these tiny little flashes of presence. And you only get them if you slow down enough. Another thing that happens on these walks is memory. I've said this before. Nature pulls memories from places I didn't know were still stored. Sometimes it's like a smell that takes me back to my childhood summers, windows down in the car, warm air rushing in, the feel of the wind on my cheeks, the scent of earth after rain. It all maybe brings me back to Buenos Aires. Our senses hold our memories, and when those memories surface, they become part of my creative process. They influence colors, textures, shapes, even the mood of a piece. And yes, walking becomes a bridge between who I was and who I am now. Now, walking for me also changes the mind because of the body. So steps become a rhythm, breathing becomes a steady beat, and when the body finds its pace, the mind relaxes. Some of my clearest ideas arrive mid-stride. When I'm staring at a blank surface, you would think, no, not really. It all starts even way before I'm right in front of my canvas. And, it's not like, okay, be creative now. No. It's the movement that opens the door. Creativity doesn't always show up on demand. Sometimes it shows up when your feet are moving and your brain feels safe enough to wander. On days when I feel overwhelmed or stuck or unsure or upset, the trail resets me. There's something about stepping outside that interrupts whatever spiral I'm in. My mind can be noisy when I leave the house, but after 10 minutes, maybe not even that long, on the trail, everything loosens. The chatter fades, the air clears space for me. The forest doesn't fix everything, but it rearranges things so I can breathe again. Every time I go back inside, I feel like I've been rinsed, softened. When I get home, the walk continues. I'll scroll through the photos I took. Some could be close-ups of bark, the color of the moss, the way leaves layer over each other, the different colors of a background, the mountains, and the close-up of the grass that is complete different color. These little fragments often inspire my collage work. They become starting points, seeds, clues. My art is built from pieces, and walking teaches me to recognize pieces that matter. Yes, the more I walk, the more I realize it's about noticing the outside world, and it's also about noticing myself in that world. Am I rushing? Am I present? Am I open? Am I breathing? Walking changes the way I see. I see myself differently too. A little more grounded, a little more connected, a little more awake, a whole lot more positive. So here's my little invitation for you. On your next walk, choose one thing to look for. Just one. A color, a shape, a sound, anything. Let your walk become a mini scavenger hunt. Let your mind know what you want it to find. You might be surprised by how much beauty has been waiting for you quietly in the background. And my hope is that these videos help you start noticing again. Because once you do, the world becomes more alive.